A slightly different video for you today. I'm going to talk to you about some of my walking boots, some that I bought this year and some that I wear quite regularly on my recent walks. And to start off, I've got two pairs of Meindl footwear here. So I'm going to start with the trail shoes here. I'll get to the boots later on. The boots are the Meindl Meran GTX leather boots, and the shoes I got here are the Meindl Activo GTX shoes. You might call them trail shoes or walking shoes. I bought them with the idea of wearing them for long distance walks and summer walks, that sort of thing, on non-mountainous terrain. I also bought them because Meindl have this comfort fit range in their products. And I thought to myself, that means a nice wide toe box, a barefoot kind of style shoe with more support underneath. But no, what it basically means is it's a comfort fit for wide feet. So I have fairly narrow feet as far as it goes. When I measured and fitted in the past, I'd be advised to go for something more like a Salomon or a Scarpa shoe. I don't normally get recommended towards Meindl because they are a wider fit. And I've worn these shoes for probably 100 miles of walking in the last sort of 3 or 4 months. And although they are quite comfortable, the issue I do have is that when I am walking in them and the ground's uneven, my foot would be straight like this, but the shoe will do that. It will turn and rotate on the ankle, and that's really uncomfortable. The same thing with the boots as well, even when they're laced correctly. But apart from that, I mean, they're not good for my feet. That's all it is. My feet are too narrow, these boots are too wide for my feet. But otherwise, these are really, really good shoes. I've been really impressed with them. I'm quite sad that I can't use them properly. If you look at the shape of the toe here, this is raised at the front. What that means is when you're walking and your toes, your foot naturally bends, your toes bends, these boots don't bend. So you get no creasing here or here, and should mean like a long life shoe. Whereas all my other boots, the footwear I've had, they've all got crease marks where your toes bend. That always happens. So I'm quite sad to be letting these ones go. They've got a gore-tex lining, they seem pretty waterproof. Tread's pretty decent as well, if you can see that. But yeah, I'm thinking of selling these ones, probably going to get about £80 for them. These are a size 10.5, which is an EU 45. If you're interested in buying them, just give me a comment below. The insoles are removable, so you can change them if you want to. These are Meindl's Comfort Fit insoles. It's like a memory foam material, quite decent in itself. But yeah, as far as trail walking goes, I'll be after something else, I think. But if you look at the foot shape again, you've got like a large space here for your big toe, so they're almost a barefoot shape, whereas too many walking boots these days and trainers and all sorts have an unnatural pointed shape near the center, which, if you look carefully, does not match the shape of your feet. That's why I try and go for kind of barefoot style shoes these days. Now, the boots, there's a story behind the purchase of these boots. I went to Go Outdoors in Bristol back in December. I tried them on in my size, ordered them online to get them delivered to home. They were delivered days later by Hermes, but the parcel was nowhere to be seen. And I started a big claim with Go Outdoors to get the money back, and it took 3 whole months to get there, but eventually got a full refund. And then I ordered them again from the same company, got them delivered to the store, collected them, and here they are. I've worn these for one walk, just the one walk in, I think it was March, early March, before lockdown. A very wet and muddy day, but my feet stayed dry. And even though I like these boots a lot, they're full. It's a large piece of leather here. It's just really, really good waterproof, durable boots. Really well made. I'm just so sad that I can't really justify keeping them. I mean, I've worn them once, fine, but again, they're just too wide for my feet. They've got a lovely wide toe box, but it's just this area back here. My feet are quite narrow, and again, they're rolling, and it's not very comfortable. So I'm going to try and sell these for 120 quid. Again, they're a size 10.5, a euro 45. If you're interested, just let me know in the comment section below or email me. Now, like I was saying before, normally I would wear Salomon or Scarpa boots on recommendation from places like Cotswold Outdoor. These are the very popular Salomon Quest 42 boots. Not entirely waterproof after a few years use. This pair is probably about 2 years old now. This is actually my third pair of these boots in the last 5 years. I'm going to try and sell these ones now because I just don't wear them anymore. For the most part, they are comfortable, and certainly around here and the sides, around my ankle, they are perfect. But having discovered barefoot shoes and the technology and the thinking behind it, I just find these toe boxes are a bit too narrow now, and I can feel them rubbing on the side of my toes. It's not quite very comfortable. Yeah, I'm going to try and pass these on to a new owner. The leather is starting to crack around the toe bending area, which is a bit of a shame, but hopefully I can find them a new home, even for temporary use. And so not wearing these or the Meindl shoes or boots, I've recently been wearing my trail running shoes, which I've shown you briefly in recent videos. These are the Merrell Bare Access XTR running shoes. They're not waterproof at all. They're pretty lightweight, and I find them really comfortable. They've got the wide toe box I keep mentioning. They've got a nice slim shape there, which suits my feet really well. They hug it really tightly as well. Lacing is decent. The tread is okay. It's not as grippy as it could be from other manufacturers, but I guess for running and that sort of thing, you don't want too much if you're staying on low-end areas. I only run right around here locally, like 3 miles a day at most. And yeah, I've worn them recently on my day walks around the Mendip and Quantock Hills, and they've been fine for about 10 miles. I find that after 10 miles or so, my feet do start hurting, and the trouble is that these are quite a proper barefoot style shoe. There's a zero drop here, so there's no raised arch between the heel and the toe. You can feel sharp rocks through the sole, which is quite strange at first, but you get used to it. The problem I have with barefoot shoes is that I work in a job where I need to have safety boots on 5 days a week, and safety shoes have to have thick soles, heavy steel or composite toes on them, and you cannot buy currently a barefoot safety shoe with protection. So I have to wear, less comfortable shoes 5 days a week, and then trying to go back and transition into these ones. It's too much of a shock for my feet, I think. It's fine wearing these for short walks and doing my short runs, but I think for longer day walks I want to do, I'm looking at buying another pair of boots this year. Ideally, once I've sold these two over here, to give me some money to pay for that. But yeah, up to about 10 miles long for a walk, these shoes have been really good, but beyond that I get aches and pains in my feet and the backs of my ankles, and it becomes less enjoyable, the experience of walking, which it shouldn't be. But I really do like these for running, and I'm going to stick with them. But when it comes to things like national trails and backpacking, I'm going to need something else, something a bit more comfortable and supportive than these. But if I wasn't in a workshop all day or working on site somewhere, then I could by all means just wear barefoot shoes every day, all day, and I'd probably find I get used to these ones quite a bit more. So that's kind of where I am right now with my shoe and boot conundrum. As I said, I'm going to try and sell the Salomons for 40 quid maybe. The Meindl Activo shoes for £80, and the Meindl Meran for 120 if I can get it. And I mentioned again that the Salomon boots are also a size 10.5, €45, if that's more your thing. Any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon with a more regular kind of walking video, and I'll see you then.